Are you looking for a new mortgage? Get unbiased advice from our team of experts at the Nottingham Mortgage Services. Secure the right deal, and you could save money on your mortgage. Visit thenottingham.com/mortgages and let us help.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Skydome Arena here in Coventry, ahead of tonight's Elite League pre-season game between the Genting Casino, Coventry Blaze and the Nottingham Panthers. Ahmed Kimberley, Stu Coles is to my right. We're just a couple of minutes away from face-off, and you're watching all of tonight's action live on Blaze TV. Referees this evening, Tom Darnell and Matt Rose, with James Irons and Danny Beresford on the lines. We have the ceremonial puck drop, followed by the national anthem, and then it's, our first look anyway, at the 2019-2020 Genting Casino Coventry Blaze and also the Nottingham Panthers. These two went into battle last night in pre-season in Nottingham, with the Panthers coming out 4-2 victors. And I think for both teams this is still very much a loosener, although the Panthers are a week ahead of the Blaze. We're going to go quiet now for the anthem, and then we'll bring you all of the action from tonight's main event. So good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are live from the Skydome Arena here in Coventry on Blaze TV. Kimberley and Stu Coles bringing you all of the commentary from tonight's game. Stu, this is the first time that you and I have watched both of these teams, but both are in a very, very similar situation coming into the new season. Mass overhaul in terms of the playing roster.
Big changes on both sides of the playing roster. New netminders, certainly starting netminders for both Nottingham and Coventry. Big changes on defence, big changes in the forward line. So I think early games, it's all about establishing that chemistry, finding out who's the go-to guys are, finding out who's got those passes in them, and working out which lines click, and staying healthy.
Yeah, and I've got to say a big credit to the work that Guy Doucet has done during the off-season in recruiting not only this on-ice team, but Tim Wallace, an inspired choice for coach.
Absolutely, did wonders with a struggling Milton Keynes last season, managing to keep them going, and they put in a few good performances. There were a couple of rough ones as well, but they did all right. He's a good pick. He's had a couple of seasons in the league now as a player and a player coach. He knows the ropes. He's brought with him George Golovkov, who I thought was one of the better players on that Lightning side last year, and so it'll be good to see how he settles in with the Panthers organisation. Yeah,
Golovkov's very, very skilled last year. Has great speed, great hands to match, and that big ice surface in Nottingham will suit him down to a T as we are underway here at the Skydome Arena. Charles Corcoran winning the opening draw. Ferrara will tickle that one in for Bludov to chase. It's a big hit, comes in on the backboards from Bludov. Puck squirts free into the slot, mopped up by the Panthers, and Brett Bulmer will get his feet moving into the corner in the offensive zone for the Panthers. Deutsch, among the goal scorers last night, at the half wall. Cross zone pass to the goal line, looking for a tip from low in the slot from the Panthers as Deutsch pressured along the half wall. He gets hit into the boards by Clements, and we'll have a stoppage as that one leaves the playing surface.
Starting in goal for the Nottingham Panthers tonight is number 1, Jackson Whistle. He is backed up by number 37, Kevin Carr. Scratched is number 6, Jason DeSantis, number 13, Joe Hazeldine, and number 88, John Rowe. For the Coventry Blaze, Jamie Phillips is starting in net this evening. Ollie Lord is scratched. They add 2, Ed Naggs wearing number 2, and Zach Milton will wear 16.
Yeah, Ed Naggs appeared in 3 regular season games for the Blaze last year. Smaller defenseman, very pacey, and has a great first name as the Panthers put some pressure on the Blaze behind the nets. Janne Laakkonen tries to keep that going along the line. Oh, and a risky pass out in front. Ends up leaving the zone. No harm done, but Josh Tetlow will start things up here. Lepine. Good forecheck in from the Finn Laakkonen as Broll dumps Lepine in the corner. 2 big bodies meeting as Broll will come and mop up this loose puck. Hammers one towards net and took a deflection off Guy Lepine's stick. Puck in the corner. Blaze trying to hunt this one down. Andrew Johnston in there. Hammering it was unable to keep it alive at the blue line, and Both teams freshening up as Schister with a nice spinorama, dumped in by Polkamp. Johnny Curran chasing, and the errant pass grabbed by the Blaze, turned back over with some good work from Pellini. Sends one looking to the back door, and both teams are a little rough and ready, although I wonder how much this ice surface is going to come into play tonight, as it was pretty much down to the concrete Friday and Saturday, and the guys and girls of Planet Ice have done a great job making this game possible, as Jamie Phillips' net has come askew, and that's something he'll have to get used to this year, but a highly touted new starting netminder for the Blaze.
Yeah, it comes with bags of experience, and he's played in some good teams, some good leagues across the world, and highlight reel is pretty impressive as well, so he should be able to hopefully provide some consistency at the netminding position where the Blaze really struggled last year.
Yeah, he's a two-time NCAA All-Star and is only 1 year removed from his entry-level deal with the Winnipeg Jets, as Polkamp brushes that face off, and him and Curran have a 2-on-1 here for the Blaze. Shot down low, it took a piece of the defenseman's stick, I think, on the way through. It's Brian Connolly. No icing on that play, as the Blaze will start up behind their net. Eichstad. Little backhand pass off to the left wing side as Lawrence will work his way in. Dumps it behind Whistle. And Herr can't get around Curran, though he was among the scorers last night, Herr, after a nice individual effort. As the Blaze look to start up here. Eichstad looking for some options, has to ping one off the boards and loose into the zone, and that loose puck's free. Grabbed by Milton. He shoots towards net, and it's deflected wide. With Alex Forbes heading to the paint in front of Jackson Whistle. The Panthers will pick this one up. Dumped in by Rowe. Lack of it, Stander. Oh, down the outside. Shot by Lepine. Oh, it pinballs off a leg pad and off the post. And that one bamboozled Phillips. A heavy redirection on its way through, and that won't be icing against the Panthers as the Blaze breathe a sigh of relief.
Got a bit hectic around the net there just for a moment. And the Blaze will be wanting to kind of steady the ship a little bit, make sure that they don't continue conceding a few goals. They had a spell midway through the game last night where they conceded 3 in quick succession. They want to make sure that they get a good start tonight.
Yeah, face-off will come to the right of Whistle. Corcoran standing over that one, was a standout in Dundee last year. And he will pick up this loose puck behind Whistle. Bludoff thought about trying to one-timer. Didn't quite have the body position for it. Pokes this puck along the line. There'll be a foot race with Clements and Lakovitz. 2 Brit products. Different stages of their career, of course. Lakovitz having a testimonial this year, I believe. Clements in his 5th year with the Blaze. Halfway there. Whereas Ross Venus, his teammate, does have his testimonial this year as a shot comes in, all up high on Phillips. Off the shoulder. Rebound ended up in the corner, and Coventry will look to come out with it. Clements. Tipped in by Corcoran. And Tetlow will look to try and start things up here. Bulmer. Larkinen put some pressure on him, and that passes astray into the hands of Hamonic, and here come Coventry. Brohl is stripped of possession. And the Panthers, some nice skating, find some space. Bettridge comes into the zone wide. Nice pass, looking at the feet of Quist. The Swede was unable to pick that up. And here come the Blaze again with some speed through the zone, and kind of got away from the forward as Larkinen dumps it in behind the net. Oh, pass to the slot from Schistel, and Blaze on a change. Eichstad's going to see a sea of white coming towards him as a shot goes wide of the net from Golovkovs, and the Blaze going to come back the other way with Larkinen. Backhand pass, gets it again, he scores, Janne Larkinen! Opened the Blaze account last night, opens the Blaze account tonight. End-to-end stuff. Errant shot wide of Phillips, came out the zone, and the Finn with a lovely little 1-2 shoots through the 5-hole. Great goal, Blaze. Nice
give and go from Larkinen and Drew Schistel. Gives Larkinen the puck back, and he managed to get it 5-hole, just squeaks under the pads, just and finds that into the back of the net.
Yeah, very sensible shot there. You know, he's not trying to make it flashy and send the water bottle 6 feet into the air. Just puts it right between the space between the legs of the moving whistle. And I'm getting a bit of deja vu from last night, Stu. The Blaze opened the score just after 5 minutes having gone. As Phillips starts things up behind his own net. Some nice stick handling from him. Polkamp tries to get wide on Matheson. Traded Yorkshire for the East Midlands. There's going to be a penalty on the play against the Panthers. Well, it looks like Adam Deutsch who's going to head to the box for holding. And Coventry will have a chance on the power play. As Adam Deutsch just got tied up with the Blaze forward there as he was trying to exit the zone, and the first look for special teams for either side tonight.
Fairly easy call for Tom Darnell there.
Yeah, very easy. And don't forget, folks, you can get in touch with us on Twitter this evening at Blaze TV Live. Big hello to Ben and Jackson Reed watching with Uncle Rob down in Torquay. Let's see if the Blaze will give them something to cheer about. Hashi, nice feed across the zone into the slot. Ferrara, it nearly found the stick of Broll somehow, but puck ends up getting cleared out the zone. Hashi, one of only a couple of returning Blaze imports for this year, as Bettridge picks that puck up and he gets his stick slashed out of his hands, and well, that Blaze power play didn't last very long at all, and we'll see some 4-on-4.
Yeah, Luke Ferrara is going to take a 2-minute minor for slashing there. First goal for the Coventry Blaze, timed at 5 minutes and 4 seconds, scored by number 62 Jani Lakkonen, assisted by number 44 Drew Schistel and number 61 Andrew Johnston. Yeah,
Schistel, a player that the Blaze nearly signed a couple of seasons ago before getting an offer back in the EBL, I think it was. It might be Norway, I forget which year it was. Ended up being a playoff champion last year in Cardiff, very nearly a league champion as well. It came down to the last day, of course, and a memorable finish here at the Sky Dome for a team that weren't involved in that race at all. They had such a big effect on the outcome. So, pass long in front of the net, and there's going to be a chance for the Panthers here if anyone joins in the fun in the zone, as Quist found himself all alone. Here's Connolly, backhands it down to the goal line. Slick from the Panthers. Bulmer, half shot, half pass, and well, Drew Schistel got turned around there. There might be a chance for Nottingham if they can get this puck towards the net. It's Bulmer. Oh, they have scored! I have no idea how. Bulmer the whole time was waiting in the slot. He drifted out. The Panthers forced the puck to the net front, and somehow this has beaten Phillips. Let's have a look again, Stu.
Yeah. Play comes in, it finds its way across there. And is it Matheson there who just sort of digs it in right at the end?
Yeah, I think so. Certainly in the vicinity. And the Nottingham Panthers have tied this up. As we look once more, it pinballs around.
See, the puck finds its way onto Matheson there. He takes a shot, finds it. Goes top shelf over Phillips, who's already down, can't really do anything else.
Yeah, Hamonic and Corcoran look like they're both trying to reach for that puck, and as a result, it ends up sitting pretty for the former Sheffield Steeler, and he ties this up with 6 minutes and 39 seconds having gone.
Blaze look a bit scrappy in that 4-on-4, lost their shape a little bit. That's an early season, pre-season kind of, everyone learning their positions.
Yeah, absolutely, and you know, both teams will have a certain balance of letting the skilled guys do their thing and having a regimented system. I think it was the Steelers coach Aaron Fox that was talking about that in the week. And I think Tim Wallace, as a former player, you know, at the highest level in the world, will I think allow his players to have a bit of fun out there, so to speak. As the Panthers will take this one behind the net. Polkamp puts Lepine under pressure, who finds the stick of the winger Malmqvist. Fresh out of the NCAA, gets hit by Eichstad. Also fresh out of college, both playing their first year pro. Eichstad went to his hometown college of Bemidji State, and Malmqvist went to Notre Dame, as he's found the point here. Big slap shot comes in from Matheson, and a stick save from the netminder Phillips. Lepine to the back door, puck bobbled on Golovkov's. Panthers are back to full strength with 25 seconds to go of power play. And sent the length by the Blaze, and both teams will freshen up. A little bit scrappy from Nottingham breaking out here as Johnston gets into position. Here's Polini with some speed, shoots from the hash marks off. Clemens' stick into the netting. And it'll be an offensive zone draw for the Panthers with a smattering left of seconds on this power play.
Just a few seconds left. A bit of an overlap where the Luke Ferrara penalty is yet to expire. Like I say, breakout there was a little bit scrappy. They didn't quite work out who wanted to carry the puck and who needed it to be the outlet man on that first breakaway.
Yeah, both teams have quite a good range of puck-moving defensemen, and the one-dimensional, big, rugged guys are slowly fading from the game. You have to be able to at least get the puck to the red line and chip it in, as the Panthers will win that face-off. Connolly plays it back to full strength as he drops this puck down for Kelsall. Hashi throws the body. Polini taking over, and that one ekes its way into the neutral zone. Connolly sends it across to Tetlow and a giveaway. Alex Forbes will chase this one in. Forbes bumped by the big figure of Josh Tetlow. Pete Russell and the coaching staff at Team GB took a really good long look at him this summer, and he'll be a shoo-in at some point. He's only young, as a big frame, big long reach comes in handy. This puck ends up coming down this near side, and Forbes trying to work his way in, gets bumped by Jacobs. Venus shoots short side, wide of the net, and that one will leave the zone. And Drew Schustel waits for the line change and gets things moving. Corcoran just about onside. Shoot! Oh, I was going to say, would have been very, very close, and he got his shot off before the whistle blew. Let's take a look again.
I think he's quite a long way offside. I think it's quite a delayed call. We'll see again. So the play comes straight up the middle there. The pass comes across, and then you see he's got a good 2-3 feet over the line before that puck actually crosses the blue line.
I guess some of the officials getting a bit of the rust out, as well as the players.
And the commentators.
Yeah. It's been a while, Stu. Almost at the halfway mark of the first period already. Nottingham win the face-off in the neutral zone, and they will try and get this north. Deutsch poke-checked by Corcoran. Signed a deal in the French league before. It was Lyon. Didn't know whether they were going to financially be able to take part in League Magnus this year. And
well, they folded, so by the French league rules, they had to be demoted three or four tiers, so they've ended up in the Division 3 now, I think, in France, and that meant that finances, etc., meant that Corcoran was a luxury that they could no longer afford. And when he became available, Danny Stewart was there saying, well, we'd had conversations. How about it?
Yeah, and he was waiting for that speedy two-way centre that could put some points on the board, and 50 for Dundee was good enough for Danny Stewart as Janne Larkinen spins under pressure. Very calm from the Finn as the Blaze look to get it out of the zone. Johnston with a fancy pass receipt. Eichstad try to take it off the skate, and Nottingham shaking a bit of rust, particularly off in their own zone when they have possession, as Larkinen blows a tyre, takes his man down as well. Broll goes to throw the body. Chris Polkamp fights that puck free. Good work for the younger of the two brothers plying their trade in Coventry this year. Puck's still available if the Blaze can prevent the Panthers coming out of the zone as they go long, and Eichstad banks it around Lakovitz, and David Broll is going to get to work here. Chips it in deep. Two Panthers check the former Toronto Maple Leaf, and away come Nottingham. Here's Quist. Puck off the skate of Ed Nags. Ends up with Bettridge. Trickling very slowly around the perimeter, ends up in the netting, and we'll have another stoppage. Already over halfway through the first period. One apiece. Who for the Nottingham Panthers, particularly in the first 10 minutes, has shone for you, Stu? I know it's very early days.
It is very early days, but I think Polini's looking lively, and I like Brett Bulmer as well as a kind of a strong power forward, but obviously Matheson pitches in there for the goal. It has kind of been the standout play so far. Yeah,
particularly, he's shone in his first year as a Steeler. And last year they had, I think, trouble throughout the lineup, and Sheffield's loss is very much Nottingham's gain, as Curran will send this one through the zone off the skate of Matt Polkamp. He couldn't quite pull it to a shooting position and ends up sending that puck back behind Jamie Phillips' net as he comes out to receive it. Nags under some pressure, finds Hashi. And he will look to start things up to the left-hand side. Nags to the red line, chips it in. A little bit of contact from stick on puck to wave out any potential icing, and Pelini starts things up for Nottingham. Dumped in. Phillips, gets caught in possession. Polkamp, head for Curran. Puck comes free. As the Blaze are changing, the Nottingham Panthers are going to want to try and get this puck to the far wing and long as fast as possible. Eventually they do get it north with Her, who's poke checked by Hamonic. Another Blaze player who plied his trade in France last year with Angers. Former captain for the Tri-City Americans in the WHL. Here's Forbes. Gets in deep to the point. Schistel with some space, winds up, drives, gloved by the netminder, and Drew Schistel, an offensive defenseman with a lot of capability in his own zone. Second round pick for the Buffalo Sabres. You really don't want to give him this much space, to let a shot go.
No, you can see all the Panthers players down low, spots and less. But what I do like about how the Panthers played done, they've given Whistle a good sight of that shot, so he's looking at it all the way through. So even though Schistel's got a long time to wind up, Whistle knows exactly where it's going and can position himself accordingly. Yeah,
I mean, the Elite League's got to the point now where if the netminder can see it from out there, he's going to stop it, no matter what barn you're in, no matter what netminder it is. So it becomes a case of what's in his eyes, what's in the way, what can take a deflection off. Malmqvist picks up that loose puck in his own zone, and here come Nottingham. Golovkov's to the top of the slot. Thought about the shot. Had Polkamp in the way. Nottingham get it to the point. Lepine shoots and stopped by Phillips. Aggressively right out at the edge of his crease and manages to see it through a battle of bodies in front of him. A good stop from the goalie.
Yeah. Nice play here from Golovkov, moving over from right to left. And then heads up, looks to find the open man, finds him. Shot comes quick. Bit of traffic in front there. Both Malmqvist and Eichstad providing a bit of a screen, but he manages to snag the puck.
Face-off will come to the left of Phillips. Malmqvist, really intriguing player. A good pickup for Nottingham, I think. 10 goals, 20 assists last year in his senior year in the NCAA. It's not a bad start line.
It's not a bad start line. You have to bear in mind that the NCAA plays a lot less games than you would do in the Elite League. So 30 points in NCAA in your senior year, that's a good number of points for somebody to get. And he's been rewarded with a contract in Nottingham.
Yeah. It's I think probably a compliment to how well thought of the Elite League is becoming. You've not just got Malmqvist, but the three Blaze players fresh out NCAA D1 coming over here rather than busting it in the Coast or the American League, which usually is the traditional route, trying to get an entry-level deal straight out of junior or out of the NCAA. But I think maybe with Team Great Britain in the Worlds, it just does a whole load of wonders for marketing this league to players.
Yeah, you have to bear in mind, ECHL is a real slog. 82-game regular season. Most of the travel's on buses. It's long trips, and actually, we talk about the Elite League schedule being tough. Playing back-to-backs Saturday, Sunday, and the weekend. But the rest of the week, it's kind of a bit more relaxed. So, a bit of time to practice, develop your skills, maybe improve as a player, play against some veterans. It's a good option.
Now here's David Broll, winds up with a slap shot, blocked away by Whistle. Broll will go and win that puck free, although he gives it away and impedes a Nottingham Panther down that right wing side. They managed to get it free into the zone. Polkamp going down on one knee prevented that backdoor play. As Loazo was arriving. Puck dumped in. Kelsall spent some time in Dundee last year. Getting a bit of experience as that shot comes in, blocked on its way through by Johnston. And we'll have another whistle and a face-off in front of Jamie Phillips. So don't forget, you can get in touch with us on Twitter this evening at Blaze TV Live. Let us know what it's like to be watching Elite League pre-season hockey. Once again, I have to add the pre-season. Well, they're only a couple of weeks away from the start of the competitive games. So the time between here and now, or here and then, I should say, is very precious. And the Blaze will be hoping to get a solid ice pad for that entirety, as Quist will try and drop a puck to the front of the net where Bettridge was waiting. Dylan Lawrence frees it up, gets it long, and that will be icing against the Blaze.
It's another busy pre-season for the Blaze as well. They've got 6 games. This is game 2. Nottingham last night, Nottingham tonight, and then there's 2 midweek games and then 2 games next weekend as well. So there's obviously the Guildford next Saturday night, Manchester here at the Sky Dome on Wednesday night, and then there's an away trip to Guildford and the return against Manchester. So some busy games.
I got lost halfway through that, I'm not going to lie. As Matt Polkamp takes a piece of that puck, and Johnny Curran's going to outrace the Panthers D-line to that puck. Curran out of University of Niagara. Polkamp. That one comes off a leg. Matheson on its way through to the net front, and Nottingham do manage to get this free. That was a nice between the legs pass from Mark Matheson to create that outlet. Clements in the corner. Manages to get that one up to Curran. Oh, it bounced awkwardly away from Dylan Lawrence, and Jamie Phillips will clear. Here's Polkamp. Matt Polkamp to the far wing. Bit of a Hail Mary as the Blaze also are on a change. And Ross Venus gathers that loose puck. Hashi for Milton to chase with Lepine. Milton puts his body on the big former Binghamton Senator. And Herr will come down the left wing side. He has a bit of space to shoot here. Herr shoots, blocker save. It's Phillips taking away the near pipe well. Herr, who's fresh out of a 3-year stint within the American League, as that backhand nearly finds the target. You can see he's got some class and a nice scoring touch in and around the net as Venus bumping Matheson. Forbes gets poke checked, and the tempo's starting to pick up here.
Yeah, starting to get a bit quicker. Kind of helped a little bit by Zach Milton. He'd been coming in, bit of fourth line energy, throwing the body against Lepine, kind of showing away a little bit.
Here's Herr on the right hand side. Oh, a nice little bit of stick handling, and Blaze able to come in and free that puck up. Corcoran, the high man, comes across the blue line first. Backhand in front to Bludoff, and there's going to be a penalty on the play. Evan Bludoff draws the interference call, and now this was something he did so well for Fife. Get in goal side of his defensive assignment and scoring goals. Here he draws the penalty.
Watch that pass from Charles Corcoran there. It's a lovely little saucer pass that forces Connolly to take that penalty, because it lifts it up and over and gets right onto the spot for Evan Bludoff. It means that he's got to make a play there, and he's really got to take the penalty in that instance.
It's like a soft through ball in football, that one. He just floats it ahead of Bludoff there, who can use his natural speed to try and get there first or be impeded. Both, he was just unable to score. There's Johnston. Coventry will want this power play to last longer than the last, which Luke Ferrara slashing minor put a premature end to. 4 minutes to go in the period. Larkinen drops that off. Bludoff, I don't think was quite ready for that. Ends up sending one into the netting, and we'll have a whistle. That was a scruffy attempted zone entry from the Blaze.
Very much indeed. That was a 2-minute penalty for interference to Brian Connolly there. Was the official call on that penalty.
Yep. He's had a very good career as well. Went to Colorado College, a 2-time American League All-Star. Had his NHL contract bounced around a bit. Chicago, Calgary, and Minnesota all paid for his services. Won the 2015-16 EBL championship with Salzburg, and in 17-18 had the most points for a defenseman in that league with Dornbrenner. Not a bad resume. There's a little bit of pressure. Gives Schistel some problems, but Coventry have got this puck north. Dumped in by Johnston. Matt Polkamp waits for it. Under some pressure from Deutsch. Puck chips behind Bludoff, and the Blaze will have to come out the zone with it. Schistel watched by Herr. Matt Polkamp at the feet of Bludoff. Shoots through traffic. Oh, a nice shot from Evan Bludoff. Hard off the pads of Whistle. Tried to use the defensemen who were backing off as a screen, and good save from Jackson in net. Let's have a look again.
Yeah, nice speed straight down the middle there from Bludoff. And like you say, bit of a screen. Gives Whistle a little bit of unsightedness. He manages to track the puck and then the rebound and cover it up.
Yeah, and he's got a hard, dead shot. Evan Bludoff, it just kind of bounced off the pads right back in front of the goalie. Corcoran will win that draw. Curran under pressure manages to get that pass through to Hashi. Very aggressive box at the top for Nottingham. Blaze will want to get this puck down low quickly. Hashi on the left-hand side. Corcoran under pressure, gets out of it. Ferrara. Curran has space at the top of the circle. Sent it through the slot. Charles Corcoran, fancy pass. Johnny Curran with some space at the back door. It came off the skate of Charlie Corcoran. Hashi will drive a one-timer, blocked on the way through by Tetlow. As Johnny Curran manages to keep it in the Blaze hands. Chance on the far side. Ferrara got it in the slot. Corcoran didn't want to go for the seeing guy shot. Wanted to try and feed Ferrara. And it ended up coming out of the zone after some good defensive work by the Panthers, who are back to full strength.
It's good aggressive penalty killing. I like how the Blaze set up on that power play, though. Kind of umbrella set up at the top, but also David Broll positioned right in front of Jackson Whistle, trying to get a little bit more traffic in front of the net than the Blaze managed last year on the special teams.
Yeah, I think that's probably going to be a given when Broll's on the power play. You know, that big body in front, and you know he has good hand-eye coordination for the tips, and has a knack of, you know, sniffing out the dirty goals, rebounds, deflections, etc. As Quist will bring this one into the zone. Oh, tries to dipsy doodle around Polkamp. Stood his ground, and Nottingham back off into their own zone, although a high forecheck with Venus and Forbes caused them some problems, but they managed to bring it north. Here's Matheson. The ice is looking very, very damp out there as the Nottingham Panthers went to put behind the goal line, and a shot wide of the net from Bulmer. He was teed up. He really just needed to find the target there, as Phillips was kind of having to look over his shoulder and then back out in front. Former Minnesota Wild man, Brett Bulmer. Second year Elite League after last year in Fife, as Broll throws a big hit on Tetlow, and the loose puck's been grabbed by Bulmer to the back door, and a great save by Phillips. Puck's still there, and Coventry will march it clear through Broll. Tries to bulldoze through Tetlow, shoots off the side of the net. We're into the last minute of the period. Hamonic chips it in. That was some excellent net minding from Jamie Phillips, saving laterally. And the Nottingham Panthers looking sharp offensively here. And they're just putting pucks in dangerous areas, Stu, and it's coming good for them. And as Nottingham are caught on a bit of a change here as Coventry come north, although Bludoff couldn't keep that one on his stick. Oh, a great bit of work from Ferrara to free it up, but he's offside. Again, another close one, as we'll watch again, as Luke Ferrara picked a pocket on the blue line, but he doesn't beat the linesman's whistle. As we have, do we have another look? Here we go. Well,
oh, looks a bit tight there on there.
Yeah, I think it kind of comes off his leg or his skate before he gets his stick on it, and good enough for an offside for the linesman on that far side. Jimmy Kavanagh will bring the period to a close, although will Nottingham have one more shot? No, they won't. And that's all she wrote in the first 20 minutes. One apiece, honours even. And I think that's fairly fair of what we've seen. Nottingham have done a great job of getting pucks deep, getting pucks in front of Jamie Phillips. Coventry scoring on a rush on a broken play.
Yeah, Coventry looking to do more of the sort of counter-attacking play, break with speed, and you can tell that's how Danny Stewart perhaps has set his lineup a bit more strong at the back. You know, good set of defence, and then the forwards that he's brought in, they're speedy, they're creative, can maybe look to pick up some things on that breakaway. It's been relatively even between the two sides over this first 20 minutes. Both teams have had some good opportunities at both ends. There's been some good saves from the two netminders. I think both coaches will be relatively happy. Yeah,
a little scrappy in places, although you would very much expect that.
Yeah, you're not going to get picture-perfect hockey in the month of August.
Yeah, I don't think the ice is going to help, and I'll try not to be mean to it, because I know that the guys and girls at Planet Ice have done a wonderful job to make this game possible. They've cancelled public skates and all sorts.
Yeah, they've only had the bare minimum in here since Thursday, and that includes the Blaze skating on it as well. So
yeah,
you know, it's been an absolute gargantuan effort to try and get this game going, and it's just about staying up so far.
Yeah, I would agree, and it's very interesting. I was just looking at the lines, and you talk about, you know, depth throughout the lineup for the Nottingham Panthers, and you know they've pegged in Ollie Bettridge as the top line centre, as we have it. And then, you look through and you've got guys like Malmqvist and Lakovic on line 4, and everyone in between. It's a very, very sharp arsenal of weapons for Tim Wallace to choose and to use as he so wishes.
I think we're going to see a lot of Ollie Betteridge this year. I mean, he got some special teams play. His goal last night was on the power play, and I think he's one that could be poised for a big year under Tim Wallace.
The players will be back after this short message from the Nottingham Building Society, headline sponsor of the Nottingham Panthers. Are you saving for your first home and thinking about getting on the property ladder? Are you aged 18 to 39? Would you like to see how you could get up to £1,000 free per tax year for your first home? Let us tell you about the Lifetime ISA. The Lifetime ISA is a savings account for 18 to 39-year-olds who want a little extra help with their future savings goals. You can use it for your first home, or wait until you're 60 and use your savings for retirement. The government will give you a 25% bonus on your savings. So you save £100, you get £25. You save £4,000, which is the maximum per tax year, you get £1,000 free, paid straight into the account, plus interest. You can open an account with just £10 online at thenottingham.com. Ineligible withdrawals are subject to a government charge of up to 25%. Check the terms and conditions for more information. Now back to the Nottingham Panthers.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Skydome Arena here in Coventry, ahead of the second period of tonight's Elite League pre-season game between the Genting Casino Coventry Blaze and the Nottingham Panthers. Honours even at 1 after the first frame. Both teams kind of just getting bedded in at this point. Nottingham are on game 4, if memory serves me correctly, after a couple against Cardiff last weekend. I was going to say 2 weekends ago, but they'll be wishing this one away, as we still have plenty of time left, being a bank holiday weekend with tomorrow as well. The Blaze on their second game of pre-season, of course, after playing the Panthers in Nottingham last night and coming up short in a 4-2 result in favour of the home team. While the referees are ready to go, both teams just waiting for the green light to get themselves back onto the ice. And Stu, if you just take us through the goal scorers for the first period, that'd be great.
So the first goal was scored by Coventry. Number 62, Jarni Larkinen, scored the goal, assisted by 44, Drew Schistel, and number 61, Andrew Johnston. The reply, just over a minute and a half later, timed at 6 minutes and 40 seconds, was scored unassisted by number 20, Mark Matheson.
Yes, Matheson taking advantage of a bit of a low slot scramble, getting on the loose puck and putting it past Jamie Phillips. Looked very, very impressive in the first 20 minutes. The Blaze netminder split last season between the Florida Everblades and the Reading Royals, and still has the green and white pads from the Everblades. And there are a lot of good players who played in this league who have won or certainly played in Florida, one of the mainstays of the East Coast.
Yeah, it wasn't so long ago that the Blaze had about 3 or 4 of one of their Kelly Cup winning sides here in their roster. So it's a strong organisation that consistently produces good players.
Yeah, Nottingham fans, but Sheffield had a couple as well. Forney and Mathieu Roy were key pieces of that puzzle. As we are about ready to get back underway. Big hello to Jamie Forster watching at home, looking forward to the season, thinks the Blaze look quite strong. Early days, Jamie, but I am agreeing with you so far. Big hello to my friend Kelly as well, on the way back to the Netherlands, watching from the airport. Wonder if that'll be the only time you want to delay, so you can see the whole 60 minutes. As Nottingham pegged in deep here, but they will get this puck out the corner and try and bring it north. Betteridge, nice pass off the stick of Bulmer, sends one to the net front via a defenseman Clements, as Phillips makes a pad save. Betteridge behind the net. Oh, big chance here in front. Bulmer gets a stick lifted. And Matheson backing off, finds some space for his D partner, Deutsch. He shoots, glove save low. Is that Quist coming in laterally to try and take away the eyes of the netminder? And it's a big boy, William Quist.
Yeah, quite rangy reach there. We can see the play developing here. Deutsch gets a good shot in, and then just right at the last second, just trying to cut across the eyes of Phillips. Almost gets something on it, but not enough to get past the glove.
He had a great year in Lev in Denmark last year. 20 goals, 32 assists for the big Swedish forward. As that one padded away on net from Phillips, as it pinballed around a little, Harmonic is able to get it free. Golovkov's back to Tetlow. That puck trickled back to the big British defenseman. Product of the Bracknell Bees organisation, as Golovkov's found that one sticking in his feet. Jacobs will shoot off the blocker. Nottingham shooting on sight here in this second period as a big hit comes in on Jacobs at the net front. Tetlow chips it in low. David Broll throwing the body a couple of times along that half wall, trying to free the puck up and assert himself physically. It was a huge hit on Luasu, who has a Quebec Junior Major Championship to his name, as Broll dodges a hit. And Lepine shoots one off the jersey of Johnston. He is looking for a change as the Nottingham Panthers break out from a deep position. Polkamp got his stick on the puck and that made it a little scrappy, although Kelsel's managed to get this one out of his feet. But Eichstad's jumped him, and here come the Blaze. Dylan Eichstad on the backhand, pulls it to a shooting position. Loose puck for Chris Polkamp into the glove of Whistle. I don't think he got all of it. That was very nifty play from Eichstad, as we see here. He just slammed the brakes on, just unable to connect with the shot, as we see here.
Yeah, puck just runs off toe of his stick. Can't quite make something of it, but it's a good follow-up there from the Polkamp brothers.
Yeah, junior Polkamp had a swing at that puck while it was sat on its side, and it just kind of looped into the glove of Jackson Whistle as Johnny Curran plays keep away with Jordan Kelsall. Matt Polkamp down this near side, shoots, and got a lot of whip on that shot as Chris Polkamp will send it to the net front. And well, if he keeps playing these two together, we're going to have to throw first names in there as well. So Eichstad, under some pressure, will bank this one away. And Johnny Curran took a piece of the body and gives Nottingham some space to get free, and they escape down the far side. Here's Her. Oh, nice toe drag, and he's eventually poke checked by one of the Blaze deep hat. I don't think Danny Stewart minds who at that point, as long as that one stops Her from scoring a similar goal to he scored last night. After some trickery that left him alone in front of Jamie Phillips. Panthers on a change as they allow Blaze to change and they can break out. Hard pass comes off a stick, and Milton and Golovkov's tie up in the corner. Forbes will flick this one out of the zone. It was just behind Venus. He managed to get it with the skate blade, but couldn't pull it to his stick, and that one's pulled out into the netting, and we'll have another stoppage.
Also, hello to Scott Ancliffe, who's tuning in this evening. He says he's claiming he's neutral, but as a Steelers fan, I suspect there's probably a little bit more bias one way than the other.
Yeah.
He's doing a bit of, he says, pre-season scouting. So obviously, you know, two teams that are of interest to the Steelers, with the Blaze playing the Steelers in the first competitive weekend.
Yep. You could just say you're pre-season scouting. That's fine. I wonder how many white and orange jerseys are in the wardrobe there, Scott. Good to have you with us. Here's Forbes. Stick handling, the right shooter. Gets into a bit of trouble, and Lakovitz timed his move well, and puck is squidged in somewhere in the corner. 4 minutes having gone in the first. And I think it's only a matter of time before one of the referees blows the whistle here to force a face-off, although letting it go. This is Zach Milton in there, who's got it wrestled up against the boards. Good play from him, although Nottingham have managed to get it out of trouble. Golovkov's, lovely saucer pass onto the backhand of Malmqvist. It ends up in the corner. Rudolph and Golovkov's. Off the stick of Clements. Malmqvist will send one towards the net front, and strong stick from Hashi. He tried to feed Venus, the mistake. Connolly rushed into action. Shot from Golovkov's is wide, and Blaze desperately trying to clear the zone here. It was a rare error from Hashi, just shaking a bit of the rust off. Missed a big chunk of the end of last season with some various injury problems. And was one of the first on Danny Stewart's to return list. As Ollie Bettridge will enter the zone, but Brett Ballmer's offside. It'd be interesting if Brett Bulmer and Declan Balmer ever share the ice? Bulmer and Balmer.
Sure, we'll see it at some point, but if there's in the games between Nottingham and Manchester.
Yeah. They've recruited interestingly this year.
Yeah. There's been some interesting signings and some I think some strong movements around the league as well.
Yeah. The Blaze will bring this out into the neutral zone as Corcoran heads to the net. Pass picked off nicely, and Ollie Bettridge is going to run with the loose puck. Pass intercepted by Eichstad, with stick taken away. There's Bulmer. Soft pass to the left wing. Good speed from Malmqvist. Try to find Bettridge. It comes out loose. Shot into the pads of Phillips. Hard shot from Kvist. Phillips did a good job not dropping that rebound as there were Panthers swarming around him. It's a nice feed from Bulmer. Lovely lateral pass. And then this one falls nicely for the big Swede, and Bettridge was hoping he'd get an early Christmas present there.
It's a good bit of transition play from the Panthers as well. Turned it up ice very quickly, managed to create an offensive opportunity within about 4 or 5 passes there.
Yeah, and that'll be, so key for, their ice pad. If they can do that regularly and get into habits. And that's one of the things about pre-season. It's, you're getting into your systems and you're learning, what the guy to the left or the right or either side of you does. And it's also about getting into good habits.
Yeah. I think the habits are the key thing. The systems, particularly with some of the older veteran players, they'll have seen them before or seen something similar before. A lot of these guys, even the guys who are new professionals, have still been playing the game, sort of 8-10 years at various different levels. So they'll have seen variants of what they're being asked to do.
Yeah,
but it's getting into those good habits.
Yeah, 100%. Poke check executed nicely by Chris Polkamp. Andrew Johnston right at the edge of his reach, feeds Broll offside. He did really well to bring that in, Andrew Johnston.
Just couldn't quite get it across the blue line before he was then making the pass to Broll on the left wing.
Yeah, and he had a very, very interesting junior career, Andrew Johnston. Signed a 3-year deal with Philly Flyers, fresh out of it, despite going undrafted, and largely didn't get an extension due to a series of injuries, and spent the last couple of years in France, lighting up the league there, and a couple of teams in the Elite League were sniffing around him in the summer. The Blaze landed him, and he was unable to land that puck on his stick as Loasu will send that one cross zone. Nice play to enter the zone on the stick of the French Canadian. He shoots into the pads, and Phillips jumps on the loose stuff, and he will hang on for a whistle. What do you make of the Blaze sending out young Eichstad and younger Polkamp together? Two of the first-year pros on the line.
Yeah, I think that there's a little bit of sense in that, because you want to have some sort of stability and continuity. You probably want to pair your veteran guys together as the top line. So you put Hamanich and Schistel as the top pairing. Then having Hashi and Clements play together because they know each other a little bit at the start of the season, I think it's a sensible move.
Here's her trying to work that puck down low. It somehow trickles to a Panther as Deutsch gets that puck back to the blue line. Matheson under pressure. Puck came free, and it's a foot race between Hashi and Polini. Polini had such a good world championship at the beginning of the summer. Flew the flag for GB as Dylan Lawrence is impeded trying to pass this puck out of the zone. Shouts for a tripping minor. Fall on deaf ears. That pass right in front of Whistle, and Lawrence puts some pressure on Polini, and eventually Mark Matheson comes in, makes himself some space, and he can break this puck out. Nice feed. Kelsel's got goal side of Hashi, and he was swinging his lumber at it, Justin Hashi, as that one looked awkward for a moment to get behind netminder Phillips, but was cleared away comfortably. Ended up relying on his hand-eye coordination to pick that puck out of the air, as some speed from the Panthers down low. Shot stopped by Phillips. Hit comes in from Hashi. Nottingham do a great job of getting this puck her to the point. Tetlow shoots through traffic. Big tip from Polini. Tries to bank one short side as Phillips went to cuddle his near post, and he'll get very used to those nets coming off regularly.
Yeah, the pegs are only barely in the Skydome normally, so with the thickness of the ice at the moment, they must be. It's more resting on the surface than anything else, and a slight tap is going to send them off the pegs and get the stoppage.
Just judging by the yellow trim around the ice surface there, I think we're a couple of inches away from what we're used to.
Yeah, there's at least 2 inches thinner than it would be normal.
Blaze will try and get this one up and out from Drew Schistel. Puck still pinballing around, and Lakovitz spins, can't get away from Drew Schistel, and Zach Milton will dump that one in on Whistle, who pads it into the corner. Zach Milton's taken a regular shift in this game so far, and looking to get some season match fitness. Oh, there's a big chance here. Pad save from Phillips as Lepine put one low on the big netminder, and the rebound got mopped up by Hamonic. And a big giveaway that time from Milton. He was looking for the change and didn't look at the Panther that he put that puck towards. As Bulmer will battle with Schistel for it. Good hit from Lakovitz. Panthers chase this in. Betridge. Hamonic all over him, manages to strip that puck seemingly effortlessly, and the big man uses his feet well, and Corcoran's going to beat out any icing here. Blazer on a change. Corcoran didn't take that puck with him, and Brett Bulmer starts things up. Betridge. Stripped by Ferrara. Gets that pass for Eichstad. Gave up the body to make that play, Ferrara, and wearing one of the A's at the minute. Blaze haven't announced who their captains are going to be, as Bulmer's going to drift in. Oh, great goal! Lovely feed down to Kvist. And the Panthers take the lead just shy of the halfway mark on an odd man rush. And a cool, calm finish as Kvist. Some shades of the Janne Larkinen finish in the first period.
Yeah, Chris, both the Panthers forwards coming down the middle with speed. Dylan Eichstad kind of caught in no man's land which way to go, having to deal with both players just by himself. And it was a lovely pass that saw Kvist into absolutely acres of open space, and it was an easy tap-in for him.
Yep. And the Panthers' quest for the lead answered, just shy of the halfway mark. Roll goes to throw a bump, and Jacobs plays it out. Chipped in. Eichstad will get here first. Cheeky little outlet play from Dylan Eichstad, and Andrew Johnston struggling with some bobbling ice. Couldn't keep control of the puck, and the Panthers greedily take it back, and we'll try and get north in a hurry here. Although Golovkov's wants to take it himself, and that's why he gets into the zone effortlessly. Golovkov's drops it off. Big poke check prevents that pass. Kelsel gets it to the point. Nice favourable bounce for Eichstad, and he finds Johnston. Blaze are going to rush 3-on-2 here. Man, Eichstad can move. He gets some speed and support, and Johnston's pass off to Brohl didn't find the big man, and Coventry will have to mop up. Now, something that's been noticed very, very early on, the speed of Dylan Eichstad. Very, very quick skater.
Very mobile, and can carry the puck as well. It's not just, there's a bit of a stick handling ability there, so they'll look to use him on breakouts from the defensive zone.
That's a good school, Bemidji State. A pin tucked away in Minnesota. Dylan Lawrence will chip that one in. Puck along the backboards. Won by Johnny Curran. Off the boards, Nags. Quick pass across. Clements feathers one in, stopped by Whistle. There's a rebound attempt from Matt Polkamp. The GB netminder had his pads low to take away the secondary opportunity. Nottingham maintain possession in the zone. Deutsch. Nice pass to Pellini. Shoots. Saved by Phillips with her right in his face. But he hangs on. No loose stuff for Sam Hurt on that occasion.
Yeah, nice move for Pellini, going wide right and then cutting into the left. Puck made loose there. Pellini comes in, picks it up. It's a nice shot off.
And we're talking about developing Brits, and it'll be a recurring theme. And on that line with Pellini and Sam Hur is young Jordan Kelsel. He's going to learn a lot. He needs to kind of see this as a sponge here, just soak up all that experience from those two guys.
Just take on everything that you can pick up, training habits, how people prepare themselves before game, what they do on the ice during the game. Just got to keep really just, like I say, taking absolutely everything in.
Yeah, and if you take a look at the logo on that figure skater, that just shows how wet this ice is. 11 minutes and 16 seconds into the second period, it's less than ideal. And well, they've called for rink maintenance down to the Blaze bench, but whether that's anything to do with the surface, I don't know, but I think it's likely, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
It's looking very damp out there.
Second goal for the Nottingham Panthers, timed at 29 minutes and 19 seconds, scored by number 15, William Quist. Assisted by 92, Brett Palmer, and 84, Alexis Loiseau.
Yeah, they've got the back doors opening up here, and I'm wondering if they're going to bring the Zamboni out for a tour, or maybe not. No idea.
Not sure, no. They've decided they don't need anything, just crack on.
Yeah, it's probably for the best.
So yeah, let's just keep playing and then do it, have a bit of a dry cut after the end of the period.
I mean, I'm really enjoying myself, but you know, for the ice plant, if the ice plant was personified, it would be wanting to hurry up so it could take an early night.
Yeah. So they've only really let anybody into the building at 4:30 this afternoon after cancelling everything.
Yeah, and you know, it was kind of 28 degrees outside walking into the building, and it was quite relieving how cold it was in here. But you know, as soon as you put kind of just shy of 2,000 people in the building, it's going to warm up.
Yeah.
As the Blaze managed to win that draw to the left of Phillips. Nags finds space, backhands it. Intended for big Dylan Lawrence, and just bobbled away from him as Phillips shows a little match of the day-esque skill with the skate blade. And Dylan Lawrence will pick that one up. He's been in the country a couple of weeks, lives in Toronto, has relations up in Edinburgh. As Curran will come north, he shoots through traffic, tried to disguise that shot, came off the glove of Deutsch. As he's been working hard over in Toronto, he tells me, and in Edinburgh as well, where he skated a couple of times to try and maintain momentum. He had a great end to the season. I think all his points came after February. As Matt Polkamp's going to go wide here, pulls up, finds Schistel through traffic. It eluded everybody and the target, Venus. Oh, passed in, fine Hamonic, and the Panthers are on a change, and Schistel will mop up, and he's got Forbes high if he can meet him. He can, good feed. Forbes under pressure, spins it around Brian Connolly. Some great hand-eye coordination from Tetlow to take it out of the air, though spoils the Blaze party somewhat, as the Panthers will dump and chase. Bettridge had a lot of ice time tonight, Ollie Bettridge, featuring heavily for Tim Wallace as Venus enters the zone. Shoots off a body. It's fallen nicely for Forbes. He shoots. Rebound is right there. Oh, and somehow Milton has missed the empty net. Oh, Zach Milton. I'm afraid the kid will see that one in his nightmares. Schistel to the slot. Venus couldn't pick it up. And a wry smile from the Bracknell Bees man as Ross Venus is having a bit of a chop with Connolly as he goes to the bench. Blaze really should have tied it up there, Stu.
Really should have found the net on. It was really the net was gaping. Like you say, the poor lad will see that one for a while afterwards.
Corcoran over to Eichstätt. Blaze still have the zone. Oh, it's tipped by Bludorf, and a good stop from Whistle. He looks down at his equipment. I'm not sure he knew much about it.
Not sure he would have been able to see much, but positionally he was in a good place to stop it.
Yeah, and this is, you know, a weird comparison, but why Bludorf and Brohl are very similar in their offensive identities is that they have one route, and that's to the net front, and then whether it's a tip, whether it's a rebound, whether it's a pass, that's what they lap up. That, you know, how many goals did Evan Bludorf score against Coventry last year? That's a stat we should try and dig out.
Yeah, and certainly, and of those goals, pretty much all of them were direct at the net.
Yeah. I think, you know, what Brohl has a plus in size, Bludorf probably has in a fleet of foot. Face off in the neutral zone, with Corcoran standing over it with Luasu, and won by the Blaze, and 6 minutes to go in this middle period. in a 2-1 hockey game. Evan Bludoff is coming into the zone with the puck. Bludoff finds Corcoran. Nice deke. Big pad save from Whistle. Corcoran went cheeky. And Whistle again showing prowess down low, taking away any daylight. Let's have a look again as Corcoran. This was a very, very nice attempt on net.
It's a nice pass from Bludoff, and then a great hands from Corcoran to create the opportunity, but equally great save from Whistle. Gets down low and makes sure the pads are there.
Yeah, two-way centre out of Brown University. The Blaze have had success signing those. Jordan Petrus, also an alumni of Brown, as Clements just about keeps that one in off the face-off win. Lakinen. Can't find Johnston as he was tied up with Matheson, who manages to track that puck really well off the boards. Mark Matheson. Jacobs. Some speed from Golovkov's offside against Luasu, I guess, on this near side. Although didn't look a lot in that to me.
Good evening to the Caldwells down in Devon. They've tweeted in saying that they're here in a hot Devon with a lively and hot grandson. But they're hoping for a Blaze win and a good game all round.
Yep. It's all about betting in at this stage. Results are almost immaterial. But
you want good performances and a healthy roster at the end of the game.
100%. And one thing that this ice will do with its softness is really strain on the groins. You have to put a lot more energy to get from A to B. It's one thing that, you know, is not something that the Blaze players want early on, is to have to, you know, work less than match fit muscles, as Nottingham have taken this wide here, and some nice individual play from Deutsch. Nottingham keep it in. Nice source of pass, Polini. He jumped on his stick, otherwise I thought he was going to pull the trigger. Johnston gets in the way of her. That one ends up around the boards. Jani Larkinen. Back behind for Hashi. Long stretch pass from Hashi, just eludes Jani Larkinen's stick. The 37-year-old, the one of two Blaze players 30 plus. The other is Schistel, who is bang on 30, as Kelso will come across the line, fires one high and wide. Loose puck finds Curran's stick. Good play from Johnny Curran. He tees it up for Hamannik. Drop pass. It fanned off his stick though, and Nottingham will send this long and they will change. Schistel looks to hurry this up. Backhands off a skate. Johnny Curran didn't know where it was, and that's a horrible situation to be in. He doesn't want to look back, because if that puck's kind of fairly close to him, he's liable to get hit there legally. But he will bring it down the right-hand side now. Head for Lawrence as, well, Schistel is offside, and I think he touched that up just for a break.
Touched up for a break, but that's going to get called as a deliberate offside, so they're going to go all the way back to the Blaze defensive zone for that one.
Yeah.
Because he knew.
Yeah, he's been here long enough. He's met Mr. Rose and Mr. Darnell before. Face-off will come to the right-hand side. It's going to be the left-hand side of Jamie Phillips. And it's looking kind of soggy out there. I'm considering goggles and a snorkel at some point soon. If you do pray regularly to the hockey gods, just for some ice for another hour or so would be nice. Puck dumped in. Eichstad will chip it round. Lakovitsu managed to keep it in his possession. Zach Milton fighting with Jacobs. Loose puck comes out to the net front. Dealt with by youngest Polkamp. Him and elder brother Matt did play together at Bowling Green State. Oh, a nice pass receipt as the Panthers bring it into the zone. Malmqvist. Oh, spinorama from Jacobs. And that'll be brought north by Milton. He chips it in. He will change, although Alex Forbes will go and hold this one up. Backhands one off the net frame. And away come Nottingham once again. Matheson chips it in. Watched by Nags. He got there effortlessly, Mark Matheson. Age is relative to how young you feel, clearly, as that one chipped in. Petridge got bumped, and Ferrara with a nice feed. Hashi hard off the backhand. Keeps going to chase Corcoran's dump. It was wedged against the backboards. 2.5 minutes remaining in the period. Panthers lead 2-1 as that puck loops up. I thought for a second it was going to loop up at the feet of Evan Bludoff in front of Jackson whistle, not to be. The Nottingham Panthers will try and loop this one in front of Phillips, who makes a seeing eye blocker save. Put the rebound in the corner, and Evan Bludoff, after some good work from Nags to keep hold of it, chips it ahead of Corcoran. Deutsch, did a good bit of work in the corner. That puck ended up heading rapidly towards Schustel, as it will this time in the hands of Bulmer. Throws a little shoulder fake, shoots, pad save from Jamie Phillips, who scrambled back to his right-hand post, expecting maybe a second opportunity from Nottingham off the loose puck, as Brett Bulmer's given Joe Schustel all kinds of headaches with his off-puck movement, as Nottingham will try and enter the zone. Puck checked by Bludoff. Had a good junior career with the Kelowna Rockets, as that pass nearly, very, very nearly found the stick of Loisu. He had a good junior career as well, different Canadian Hockey League, from one coast to the other. But both have won championships. Bludoff with Kelowna. Now I have to remember who Loisu.
Rimouski was some part of his time there. He might have believe that's where he was accused Quebec champion.
You are correct, Rimouski, who have a very famous member of their alumni in Sidney Crosby. Still going in his 30s and still going strong, as that's a nice feed. Looking for Loisu, who's hooked by Larkinen, and that will be a penalty against the Blaze. For the Nottingham Panthers, they've had an extended power play early in the first period, but we haven't seen them with a good amount of 5-on-4. We'll presumably have a look at them here as Larkinen heads to the penalty box for a hook.
Well, they got 3 opportunities on the power play last night and converted with 1, so they had a reasonable night out on the special teams yesterday.
Well, 33% is pretty good. I think Dennis Stewart would give what little hair he has left for a 33% power play at the end of the season. Heck, I might even lend him a strand or two if it helps. Face off to the right of Phillips. Won cleanly by the Panthers. Now we'll go to work. Backhanded in front of the net. Pinballs around. Jacobs hangs on, backs off to the half wall. 1 minute remaining in the period. Golfkovs. He steps in, thinks about it. Thinks about it again, having a real good look here, the Latvian. Drops it off, and the Panthers will move it here. Brian Connolly. And some pressure. Loisu sends it across. Bump comes in from Johnston. Oh, nice touch pass. There's some space for the Panthers to work here on the back door. And Jamie Phillips has stuck out a pad. And the puck is backhanded clear. And that was great work by the Nottingham Panthers attacking trio, but also by the Blaze netminder Phillips, who tracked this expertly. If he's in shot here, just watch his eyes and his head. He knows where that is pretty much at all times during that play. And the speed that puck was pinging around, that's impressive.
Head on a swivel there from the netminder, just making sure he's got his eyes on that puck all the way through, and you can see his head bouncing back and forth like he was watching a tennis match, but was able to get his glove on it right at the end, just to nudge it out before the clearance came.
Yep, as the Blaze will clear this out. Oh, and out for a souvenir for a fan, and Jordan Headley tried the old baseball catcher's outfielder trick.
Even. It's a bit high even for Headley's glove there.
Yep. Speaking of which, he has a new lid for this season with a lion right on the dome. He was very impressive actually last year in relief of Mika and Matt and Miro. Just shy of 90%. 3.15 goal against average. And considering where the Blaze ended up and how many goals they conceded, that's actually pretty respectable. As Lawrence forces Deutsch into the neutral zone. 5 seconds to go in the period. Nottingham will start the third. A goal up and a man up. Not too bad for Tim Wallace's boys here against their Midlands rivals, as Alex Forbes is still cuddled up with a Panther, Brett Bulmer.
Yeah, the Nottingham Panthers will start with 48 seconds of power play to start the third period. It was a hooking penalty on Larkinen.
Yeah, and it was one of those, you know, the assignment had got goal side of him and very good speed.
Very similar to the penalty that Brian Connolly took a little bit earlier on in the game, where he really did have to take it in order to stop the goal scoring opportunity.
Yeah, he's arguing the point, Janne Larkinen, but I think that's as open and shut a hooking case as you can get.
you're not going to be buying one of those Steelers bed sets anytime soon.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what was your first skate back out there like?
I felt like Bambi.
You're jealous of his hair.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say it because yours is gorgeous like his, but
Yeah. So, if you haven't seen the video, thank God it was bad camera work, because otherwise I probably would have got suspended for about 15 games.
I found an old program and a picture of him in there and photocopied it and gave it to him. I don't think he was too happy. I don't know what happened to him over here, but it obviously wasn't good. Oh.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Skydome Arena here in Coventry ahead of the third period of tonight's Elite League pre-season game between the Genting Casino, Coventry Blaze and the Nottingham Panthers. Apologies for the delay between the second and the third period. The Zamboni went out, I think, and did 4 laps before the technician was happy that we could restart the game. As you know, talking to the rink manager, Chris Carpenter, things aren't rosy at all with the rink, and that's putting it mildly.
Yeah, Chris's words, and most of them we can't say on air, was basically along the lines of, once this is finished, he's going to be at the bar at the end of the game.
More or less. I think I get the feeling that his work won't finish once the final buzzer goes here between these two teams. So Jordan Headley is leading out the Blaze for the start of the third period. Jackson Whistle heads back to the net for the Panthers, and that's a bit of a repeat of last night, where the Blaze iced Phillips for 40, iced Headley for 20, and the Panthers stuck with Carl last night, and Whistle will get the whole game tonight.
Yeah, you need to give the backup some time. You've got to let him get warmed into things as well as the rest of the players. So your Headley needs to see some ice time, and 20 minutes is a good showing for a backup. If he gets 40 over the weekend, that'll be a good piece of ice for him to get going with.
Oh, that's a point. I felt really bad on the player intros. So like when we announced the team on the ice, because he's number 1, and we go, I think we went off ice staff, playing staff. I didn't mean to, but I was kind of nervous, and it slipped out the backup netminder. I felt so bad saying that, because he is so capable of playing at this level, and an under 20 gold medalist. And
there were a lot of calls from fans to have him starting. I mean, that would be a gamble, but it's not out of the realms of possibility.
No, the thing is, though, and this is no disrespect to Heads of Talk, because I'm apologising for accidentally calling him the backup. Jamie Phillips is an elite netminder at this level.
Yeah.
Superb. So, yeah, there's just that comparison that you're always going to have between two goalies in that scenario, where who's going to start, and Phillips, will take the bulk of the games, and rightly so. As the Blaze get this puck in deep. 10 seconds left of this Panthers power play. Corcoran will just kill the remaining few seconds off, and Nottingham will break out. Bulmer to the red line, fakes, and ends up coming in offside. They won't mind that too much. 52 seconds is a fairly lengthy shift in this day and age.
The plight of the British backup netminder is a problem of how the league is structured here in the UK.
Yeah.
Because 2 points are valuable. A win in the regular season means something. And quite often when you get to the end of the year, sort of playoffs, not playoffs, championships, second place, settled by 2 points. So coaches are forced to play their best lineup, to think who's going to win me the game tonight. And often that means playing the Jamie Phillipses of these world.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, Headley stole the Blazer game in Cardiff when Miro got injured, as the Peen fans on that pass. And, he's still a young guy, plenty of years left to establish himself as a potential starter. As John Rowe will chip that one behind the net. David Clements under pressure from Golovkovs, and Venus overstepped it. It's Golovkovs back into the zone, drops off. Puck, oh dear, you don't want to see that. Sticks onto the ice at the feet of Luasu, and he just glances over into the corner, and there's not a lot he can do. I don't even know if there's a lot the hockey gods could do at this point. We'll just hope that it remains moderately playable. for the next 20 minutes as that one's chipped in. Picked up behind the goal line by Connolly. Outlets it well. Here's Her. Matheson joining the rush. Her spins. Puck gets free, and Blaze are going to try and jump this north, but Her will take it off the stick blade of Johnston. Him and Brohl on the forecheck. Matheson behind the net. That puck is not moving around quickly. Well, if the guys didn't have a cardio session planned for Bank Holiday Monday, they're not going to need one after this as that puck comes free. Connolly. Ahead of Pellini. Nice pass. Pellini moving the puck well. Dug out from between his feet by Chris Polkamp, who stays with him. Pass goes wide of the net. Big hello to Mark Treadgold, watching in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Go Badgers, I think. The NCAA team there. The puck ends up not clearing the zone by the Blaze. Shot into the guts of Jordan Headley, and he will hang on for a whistle as Kelsall got all close and personal with the Blaze, number one.
We should start running a bingo, or a sweepstake maybe, as to where is Mark watching the game from this week.
Yeah, he had
Dubai Airport was a couple of times.
Yeah, Helsinki a few times. He brings back all kinds of weird and wonderful snacks. Some people collect fridge magnets. Some just go for the E numbers. As Dylan Lawrence will try and stamp Lakovitz into the boards. He does, but the puck's still pinballing around. Drew Schistel ends up with it. The guys, both sides having to really wrestle with this puck at the minute. Schistel, hard pass across. Polkamp will lean in as Lepine to Malmqvist. Loose puck comes in, shot comes off the stick. Johnny Rowe pulled the trigger. It came off a body and into the netting. Excuse me, that was Jacobs.
I was about to say, Rowe's scratched, so it's
yeah,
not him.
Did he wear 26 last year?
He might have done. I'd have to go back. But yeah, he's wearing 88 this year and he's not playing tonight.
Yeah, I think I've done that already, so apologies, Panthers fans. Shaking off the rust, right?
Yeah, absolutely. These games are as important for us as they are. Important in different ways, of course.
Yeah. Hashi unable to get that one around the Panthers on the boards as Bulmer springs into action. Keeps that puck away from Clements. Lepine, hard pass across. Nice play from the Panthers. Shot upstairs over the top of Headley. Ends up catching a piece of net, and we'll have another stoppage. Panthers again, like they did last night, looking very much the stronger of the two teams in the latter stages of the game.
Yeah, they look a little bit more polished at this point in time. They're certainly generating the better quality offensive opportunities. They're generating the more volume of offensive opportunities as well. So they're looking to kind of take their lead and bring it home now in the third period.
Deutsch will drop off to Bettridge. Oh, a nice play to the net front from Ollie Bettridge. Saved by Headley. Coventry trying to muscle it up the far wing. Deutsch to Quist. Oh, picked up by Eichstad. Eichstad, stick handles. Ferrara shoots. Pad save from Whistle. He hangs on, and Coventry, I think with only their second shot of the period on Jackson Whistle.
Yeah, it has been a little bit tilted towards the Coventry end. Ferrara couldn't really do much other than take the shot on that opportunity. It bobbled as well, just as it got to his stick. He kind of went up on his side. All he could do really was flatten it down and put the shot in low towards Whistle and hope that he could get something out of it.
Yep, face off to the right of Whistle, won by the Panthers. It'll be brought up from behind the net by Connolly. Pass, and a diving play to Lewasu, who hasn't given up on trying to strip Milton of the puck, and he's done so. Good play from Lewasu, who ends up trying to shoot from his knees. He's going to be a fun player for the Panthers fans to watch this year. If this and last night's anything to go by anyway, here's Connolly. Pass picked off centre ice by Eichstad. He gets his feet moving. Dylan Eichstad on the wraparound, sends it to the net. Venus couldn't lift it. Came off the pads of Whistle as Chris Polkamp sends it into the corner. Coventry have come to life after 5 minutes in this final frame. And the Panthers forced to up and out that puck. Chris Polkamp with Golovkovs all over it. Broll with a big hard hit on Kelsall. And he will bring this puck forward. David Broll. No support. He will end up on his knees, and the Panthers can come away with it. Hamannik behind the net. Oh, a nice pass off the tape of Broll, who's had a long shift off the feet of Lakinen. Broll gets it back. Hamannik through traffic. Oh, it's tipped towards goal, and what a save whistle! Incredible stuff. Johnston with the final tip. And this is all reflexes from Jackson Whistle.
Fantastic piece of work by the Nottingham netminder. Puck finds its way to Hamannik. He just threads it towards it, and it's a bit of a redirection onto Johnston's stick. And then that direction goes completely the other way from where Whistle was headed. He was headed far side from us and actually had to redirect that glove back to the near side to try and get the puck.
Yeah, superb save. Hamannik tries to throw one from the corner to the net front, blocked on the way through, and Her with a nice pass. Just out stretched Pellini's arms. Johnston tries to sneak around Deutsch. And the Panthers through Pellini should get this one out of the zone. They do. Ends up being batted out of the zone, but played with a high stick. And we'll have another stoppage in the face-off to the left of Jordan Headley. Some expert net mining, really, by Jackson Whistle, who won a Challenge Cup with his days in Belfast and a Division 1A gold medal with Team GB. The year before this one? I was going to say the year before last. Can I still say that in terms of seasons?
Just about. He's got a gold medal. He's got a 1A gold medal with GB. He's got some Challenge Cup silverware as well. He's done all right so far in his relatively young career.
Yeah, I think he has a WHL regular season championship as well in Kelowna. It's Lakovitz. Awkwardly upended, but he's ended up coming north with the puck. He has Malmqvist in support with Golovkovs. He spins into Curran. Curran tries to wrestle it around the Panthers winger. Oh, and a big giveaway. Lakovitz turns to feed one of his teammates. Ended up just feeding the neutral zone. And Clements off the boards ahead of Hashi. Lawrence took it on the backhand really well in some space. Dylan Lawrence shooting off the stick of Matheson. And both teams will change, and the Blaze will have an offensive zone face-off.
It's becoming very difficult to control the puck on this surface right now. You can see the puck is slowing down on the passes. It's bobbling around as well, and that's it's not causing mistakes, but the puck just isn't going as far as it would go. You know, the speed of the forwards are having to check off a little bit in order to receive the pass, so it's a bit difficult.
Yeah, you know, when the ice gets wet, the puck will literally just stick in places, as one of the Panthers forwards found out earlier in the period, as that one's backhanded into danger. No marauding forward could get a piece of it, as Eichstad tries to take the body on Her, who shrugs him off. Quist, who shrugs him off effortlessly. Connolly stripped by Corcoran. As Quist will put his stick on the American, who will dump and chase his own chip into the zone, although the Panthers have eventually retrieved it. Here's Quist, scorer of the go-ahead goal. His backhand pass intercepted by Schistel. And here come Coventry. There's some moves from Ferrara. Connolly stepped up to take the body, and somehow the Blaze still have possession as Bludoff is hammered by Connolly. There's a penalty on the play, though. So look what this is for. Interference, as he didn't give away anything in that. Just a big collision.
Which you see, Bludoff is coming down, and then you see, I don't know, he doesn't look as if he deliberately steps across his path there. Interference seems a bit harsh there for me.
And he's backing off. He looks like he's just defending himself.
Yeah,
Bludoff's body language is going to blow right through him.
I mean, if you called him for roughing for a high hit, that might be a little bit more understandable, but it wasn't high either, so...
Yep. Well, either way, the Coventry Blaze will have a power play face-off to the left of Whistle. Broll throws a bump on Lepine. Throws a big one back in the corner. But kept alive by Curran. Oh, a hard pass off the stick of Her. His opposite number. Have to go and pick this one up. Curran, who has to get himself out of a bit of trouble. He comes north well with the puck, Johnny Curran. gets his dump in ahead of Tetlow and Lepine. And the Blaze keep it alive. Corcoran, hard pass behind Curran. Bumped by Tetlow, and the Panthers do get this puck clear. And Justin Hashey will mop up as both teams change. Excuse the pun, because a mop would probably come in quite handy for Planet Ice rink staff after tonight. As away come the Blaze. Hashey drops it off. Johnston enters the zone. Tries to dump it in. It took a piece of a Panther stick that allowed them to regain possession and clear. 50 seconds left of the power play. Headley sends it into the neutral zone. Dumped in by Deutsch. Headley leaves it. Oh, my goodness. An error from Jordan Headley, and Pelini hanging around the net front. Couldn't quite take advantage of the error. Oh, Heads is like the rest of us shaking off a little rust there as Bludorf will bring this north. Little backhand saucer pass. Blaze have bodies at the net front. Schistel. 10 to go in this period. Johnston on the backhand. Not a lot of options for Andrew Johnston, who muscled off the puck by Deutsch. Puck is still there as Johnston fighting with Adam Deutsch along the half wall, who the Panther ends up upended. Coventry do have a man in front of net all alone. Got to get the puck and get the puck to him first. Bludorf and Deutsch are getting to know each other. Here's Matt Polkamp. Winds up, drives off the stick of Pelini and into the netting. Is this one getting a little feisty? Adam Deutsch has got roughed up with Bludorf and Johnston on that shift.
Bit of physicality is nice in a pre-season game. Guys need to want to establish their home ice a little bit. Panthers are looking to get a bit of superiority over a local rival.
Yeah. No longer conference rivals. That's the very, very all of one season. And the Team Hollywood days may have gone, but these two teams still end up having very entertaining games against each other as one ends up towards the benches. Bournemouth couldn't get a piece of it, and that'll be icing against Nottingham. An offensive zone face-off for the Blaze, who were unable to convert on the power play. Would have been a goal that set up a kind of a race to the finish in the last 10 minutes. Not to be. I wonder how much of that is this rapidly degrading ice surface.
I don't know. Both teams went scoreless in the third period at the NIC last night. So there's a lot to be said about just sort of trying to bed in and make sure you've got your systems right and people playing a bit more cautiously as the game goes on.
Yeah, Bournemouth had his stick taken away and the Blaze unable to take advantage. There might be an odd man rush for Nottingham here. 2-on-1 low to the back door. Oh, it came off Quist, and Jordan Headley has stolen that puck out the air. Guy Lepine wound up to cannon it to the top shelf, and Jordan Headley said no. With a highlight reel stop in pre-season. Look at this. Incredible stuff.
The puck bounces off Quist's skates, it goes back to Lepine, he's got it open, and then flash of the glove, denied by Jordan Headley.
Wow, unbelievable stuff. There's a great save from Whistle earlier in this period on the redirection from Johnston. That one took a couple of bounces before coming to him. That one was all Guy Lepine. Ross Venus will wash out an icing. Has Tetlow all over him. Puck is somehow still there, but it falls into the hands of the Panthers as Tetlow roughing up Ross Venus, and the Blaze will have a power play. Those two got all kind of tied up, and Tetlow not very happy. But Coventry back on a man advantage.
I tell you what, that is what Danny Stewart's going to want from the third, the fourth line guys. Come out, agitate energy, very much similar to how he played the game when he was on the ice. But come in, and Ross Venus has come in. He's played physical against the boards, which he does. He's he does go up and will sort of dig out the pucks there, and he's drawn a penalty and got the team another power play. Job absolutely done there from Ross Venus.
Danny Stewart looks like he's shaking up his power play options a little here, throwing Dylan Lawrence at the point with Corcoran, Ferrara, Brawl, and Hashey. Face off won by Coventry just about. Dylan Lawrence takes it into space. roll. Back to Lawrence, who somehow keeps hold of possession. Ended with a nice poke check from Bettridge. As Headley will keep that one in his glove under pressure from Her. And he's been very impressive, Sam Her.
Yeah, he has been very impressive, quietly impressive, doing all the right things for the Nottingham Panthers and getting in some good positions. I think the combination here we see him with Ollie Bettridge, but I think he's going to work well with a lot of different forwards.
Yeah, another member of Notre Dame alumni, Clark Cup champion in the NCAA champ in the CCHA conference. As that pass eluded Lawrence, Headley's going to have to come out to play it. Shovels a backhand, and now Coventry can come into the zone. Ferrara sends one off the pants of Lepine. Bumped by Bettridge. Broll has taken it and shoots it into the glove of Whistle. Comfortable save from the Panthers netminder, Dave Broll. Just one and doing the right thing and putting a puck on net there, I feel.
Passing options were limited there. He kind of found himself in the middle of the Panthers' penalty killing box, so any sort of angle out was probably going to get cut off. So the turn and direct shot there was probably the best play for him.
Face up to the left of Whistle. Deutsch poked it behind the goal line, and one's cleared out nicely by the Panthers. Schistel under pressure from Pellini. Makes it look effortless, Drew Schistel. Second round pick for the Sabres. Found his way to the Elite League. Here's Polkamp. He shoots, block, puck still there, and Janne Larkinen clears up the loose stuff, although a mishandled puck from Johnston sees the Panthers get an easy exit of the zone. And there will be a whistle as that one leaves the playing surface. 12 minutes and 46 seconds having gone in this period. We're looking at Drew Schistel, had 4 years in the Buffalo Sabres organization, was an American League All-Star as well. And face off in the neutral zone. So we look at the backs of Evan Bludorf and Adam Deutsch. The Swede with the extremely German-sounding name. As Deutsch translates to German pretty much, as Schistel tries to drop that puck off. Pellini from the hockey-playing family, Johnston. Soft pass across. Schistel shoots down, low rebound! Oh, good pad save, Whistle. Lakinen, I think, just tried to scoop it and elevate it over that pad, and great net minding from Jackson Whistle. Done everything he's really been expected to tonight. Bludorf can't keep it alive in the zone. 12 seconds after this power play. Nottingham should see out most of it. Here's Pellini. Polkamp leans on him, can't get that puck free. Puck ends up behind the goal line, and Ross Venus wrestles it free, wrestles it north. Still going Venus, although the puck bobbles on him awkwardly and has to dump it in. Nottingham take it away, and big William Quist comes forward. Eichstad off the backboards. Expected a big hit. Panthers get the puck. Lepine across. Big chance. Winds up. Drives. Oh, off the mask. Well, that one will ring the bells between the ears of Jordan Headley. Brian Connolly got a smoke trail off it and a half, and the new paint job might well have its first chip.
Puck moved around well from left to right there. Connolly gets a good look at Jordan Headley, and Jordan Headley gets a very close look at the puck in return.
Yep.
He's up, just checking everything over.
That's why they have the big old face protection. It's crazy to think, way back when that guys would play net. I know the game's totally different now, but would play net, helmetless in terms of net mining. It's bizarre.
Even way back then, it must have seemed like a crazy idea.
Yeah, what is it? Terry Sawchuk, that very famous picture with him covered in stitches. 6 minutes more or less to go here in this preseason game. Corcoran's worked his way into the zone. Dumped in by Eichstad. Puck ended up behind Charles Corcoran. When he came into the country on Wednesday, Her's going to have a big chance, and William Quist shooting off the stick of Eichstad, I think, and we'll have a whistle. Very, very good player, William Quist. I think he's going to be another standout for Nottingham this year.
Yeah, he's looked really good for me tonight for Nottingham Panthers. Again, quietly doing all the right things. as well. Picked up currently the game-winning goal.
Yeah, I keep confusing him and her, both big wingers on that same right side, who play a very similar way. Puck sent towards the net, off the frame of Jordan Headley's goal. I think it took a big old tip of Luasu, and Coventry will come north with it. Corcoran trying to just keep it on his stick blade. Charlie Corcoran drops it off nicely. Shot from Nags, gloved by Whistle, and he will hang on with Evan Bludoff hanging around the net front.
We are about 5 minutes away, so it is approaching man of the match territory.
Yeah.
Who would you think of?
Well, he hasn't been the busiest tonight, but Jackson Whistle's been superb.
I'd say he's done like you said a moment ago, he's done everything that's been asked from him, and he's come up with 2 or 3 big stops when arguably the Blaze should have put the puck in the back of the net. Yeah,
and him and the 2 right wingers for me, Quist and Hurt, have been excellent. As Luasu drops that off. Golovkov's the other right winger on this line. We'll get it back to Matheson. He's checked into the boards by Clements. And Nags has a little bit of space to skate. The left-hand side. Oh, somehow Forbes has ended up with it in the zone. Shot comes in, saved by Whistle. With Zach Milton nearby. And what a glorious chance he wasn't able to convert in the second period. Could easily be a 2-2 hockey game if he'd have managed to put that one in. We won't keep ragging on that one, those two.
Same could be said for Guy Lepine and his, that was expertly denied by Headley in this period.
Yeah. Blaze end up coming north. Broll, Johnston. Oh, there's going to be a chance in front if Johnston can find that puck towards Larkinen. He was unable to. And Polini comes forward now, puts on the brakes, trying to turn Hamannik inside out. Hamannik still fighting for it. Broll in there too. Some big bodies bumping away with the Panthers. And David Broll has won the puck. Schistel under pressure off the top of the plexi. Just out of Johnston's reach. And now here come the Panthers. Some speed from Her. Oh, nice little play from Sam Her. Crafty just to create a couple of inches of space to shoot. Matt Polkamp's got in behind Tetlow. Backhands it through the crease. Janne Larkinen couldn't see it. And Her's going to come the other way. Her with a man in front, Bettridge. Puck off Johnston. And he will want to get rid of this. He does it fancily between the legs. Here comes Polkamp. Matt Polkamp drops it off. Chance here over the top of Whistle's net. As Chris Polkamp jumps in to keep this puck alive. Malmquist. Oh, 2-on-1 with Bettridge. Bettridge shoots off the iron. As Headley screams at his defence for giving that odd man rush up. Inside the last 3 minutes. 2-1. Curran ahead of Polkamp. Away come the Panthers. Lakovitz. Ollie Bettridge couldn't have hit more in the middle of the goalpost if he'd have tried there. And another great scoring chance for Nottingham. Lepine had one. Bettridge has had one this period. Hit comes in as Eichstad will bring this puck behind the net. The free skating Dylan Eichstad enters the zone, fairly unimpeded. A backhand into the feet of Whistle. Hashi keeps it alive. Sends it looking for Curran. Picked off beautifully by Adam Deutsch. And Luasu in the offensive zone pulls up as we enter the last 2 minutes. Deutsch jumping up into the play. Hashi ends up with possession. Ahead of Ferrara on an odd man rush with Corcoran. Big chance! Oh, and he's missed the net from Bludoff. Evan Bludoff forced the pad stack from Whistle. It was retro, but he didn't get anything on it as former Fife Flyer missed the target. 90 seconds to go. Quist sends it to the slot, and Nottingham still have it in the zone. Kelsall shoots off the pads of Headley. Here come Coventry. A roar from the Sky Dome. Bludoff trying to wrestle with the puck. Drops it off for Ferrara. Shoots down low. Wide of the pad, wide of the net. Ferrara. Schistel, one-timer. Wide of the net. Whistle reacted late. Likely he had a screen in front of him. 1 minute to go in the period. and the game. As the Blazer, well, putting the pedal down and throwing what little they have left. I can't imagine the ice surface has made a very pleasant playing experience as Schister will enter the zone. Broll heads to the net. Puck picked off. Headley was going to the bench, but Coventry turned it over, so he'll wait. Connolly zips it off the glass. Oh, an awkward bounce. What can Coventry do here? Loose puck in front. Broll bowled right through Connolly. There's going to be a penalty. David Broll for cross-checking. And that should be all she wrote in this one, with Nottingham having a very late power play. I like the gusto from David Broll here, but he has gone right through the back of his man.
He's gone right through the back of the man, and he's got two hands on his stick. It goes through the small of his back. It's unfortunate because he was trying, but it's a clear penalty.
Yeah, those hurt too. You know, a lot of the time it's a defenseman in the other way around, throwing it in the small of the back of the forward in front of the goalie, where the lower back protector and the shoulder pads kind of don't meet. I thought Danny Stewart called a timeout for a second there, but we'll go right back to it. Eichstad spin, swing and a miss, chance in front, buried by her, and that will be all she wrote. Sam Herr left all alone in front of the net, and the Panthers will win both pre-season games against the Blaze this weekend. Headley frustrated again. He was when Bettridge rang the iron earlier this period. He is there too.
Some nice work from Brett Pellini, digging the puck out. Like you say, Sam Herr's got nobody around him. He's in absolutely oceans of space, and it's a relatively straightforward finish again for him.
Yeah, comes off that face-off with it. Puck's sat on a very wet bit of ice. 9 seconds to go in regulation, and the Nottingham Panthers will be very pleased with their output this weekend. A couple of victories. They've had to scrap it out, but I tell you what, they'll be happy to see the back of this ice plant for quite some time.
I think so. That final goal was scored by number 41, Sam Herr, assisted by number 26, Jens Jakobs, and also second assisted by number 9, Brett Pellini.
Yeah, and with that goal, I think Sam Herr flung himself into contention for the Nottingham Panthers MVP, Stu?
I think so. Like I say, for me, their three standout players were Herr, Quist, and the netminder Whistle this evening.
Yep. Who are we going to throw into the mix for the Blaze? I don't think we really talked about their MVP all that much.
No, for me, for the Blaze, Drew Schister. I think we had a very composed, very calm game. I think some of the forwards, Larkinen had some flashes.
Scored the goal,
of course. But I think Headley played well in his 20 minutes, but I think for me, Schister had the best all-round game. Yeah,
I really like the options that Charlie Corcoran brings to Coventry. I think, you know, having only been in the country since Wednesday, he came in a little late. I think only practiced once on Thursday. Friday was cancelled due to the ice. His ability to get the puck from south to north is very impressive.
Face-offs in particular, I think the Blaze did well in the circle tonight. They were 52-48% in face-offs last night in Nottingham in the Blazers' favour, and I think they were probably slightly in the positive again tonight. So Corcoran, is a part of that. So I think you're absolutely right. Having that option is a good play for the Blaze.
Yeah, 100%. Well, Stu, it's been a pleasure and shaking the rust off with you tonight.
Oh, certainly has been shaking the rust off tonight.
Yeah. I wish I'd remembered that Johnny Rowe changed his number and then got scratched. I think he did wear 26 last year. Anyway, well, we might see you Wednesday.
We might see you Wednesday. The plan is to see you on Wednesday against the Manchester Storm.
It's whether the plan holds out.
Yeah.
But for me at Kimberley till then, if you're watching Blaze fans or neutrals, thank you very much for joining us. I will bid you farewell. Stu, I'll let you take us through the post-game festivities.
Yeah, we start with the Nottingham Panthers man of the match. Man of the match goes to number 41, Sam Herr. Solid play from the winger, capped off with a goal in the dying seconds of the game. But I think he fully deserved that award.
Are you looking for a new mortgage? Get unbiased advice from our team of experts at the Nottingham Mortgage Services. Secure the right deal, and you could save money on your mortgage. Visit thenottingham.com/mortgages and let us help.